Okay, welcome back. I want to talk about assignment 0. Typically, I don't do videos to go over assignments, but this first one, I'm going to go through. So basically, assignment 0 is a practice exam, or practice assignment. Essentially, you don't have to do any writing whatsoever. I'm giving you the text I want you to do. So I give you the text, and I say, put this in a Word document with proper APA. All right, so your tasks essentially are to put it in a Word document, make a title page and make an abstract and make a discussion and go through and figure out where all the level headings go. Convert lists, because this just has asterisks and you have to make real bullet lists out of it. And build an APA compliant table, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Okay, so that's the task. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you what the answer is. Okay? Here's what the answer is. All right. So this is what it's supposed to look like. There's going to be the words running head across the top. This is a heading. Okay? And then I'm going to have a title page with some stuff. And then this is about halfway on the document. All right? So what the title is. Then we're going to have an abstract with the title again. This time it does not have running head, but so the abstract is centered but not bold. In the first paragraph, okay, it's not indented. Then you have another whole page. This is the introduction. So this is the title but not bold. And here's a level 1 heading, so it's centered and bold. And then we have a level 2 heading. And so here's references like to that particular citation. That citation goes to a reference. Here's a bullet list. Know how the text is lined up on the half-inch margin, not the bullet itself. Okay, cool. Some more stuff, some more levels, some more level 2s, and here's a level 1 kind of a guy. Here's a listing of some criteria that I'm going to use to evaluate these things, and here's the results of the evaluation. So hang on, let's talk about original content. Up to this point in the document, most of this is stuff that came from other sources. Okay. But from this point in the document on, which if you look at the little slide bar, seems to be about 40%. This is all the stuff. You're not going to find this in any other document. So this is a rating criteria that was developed. And then here's a narrative on how each one of those scored against that criteria. And then here's how that one scored, and here's how that one scored, and here's how that one scored. And then, in addition, I do a summary that talks about all those things kind of put together in one chart just to make it easier to digest. Cool? So some sort of a conclusion that talks about what would be most appropriate. So here's the references. And again, I don't particularly do these things. You see how when I click on this, it all turns gray? That means I'm using the Microsoft Word feature that does all this for me. It's kind of cool. So references, and then after references, I get a table. Now, tables are weird, okay? I know this. I know they're strange, but tables basically have a single line at the top, single line at the bottom, and probably a line that separates like the heading from the rest of the text. What I typically do is I typically do them in Microsoft Excel, and use the Microsoft Excel line tool to line things where, and then I just copy and paste it in my document. I'm just telling you that's how I do it. This one doesn't have a figure, but if it did, it would become right after that. Okay, so this is what I want you to produce. I want you to produce me a Word document with everything that you see here. Okay? Cool? Makes sense? All right. See you guys in the next chapter.